Hello everyone. Welcome back to day 17 of the 30-day build challenge with me, Nisi. Today we are on the floor because we're going kind of opposite of the sky theme bases I've been building. We're gonna go for a Hobbit hole today, but a very special one. I know I have a Hobbit hole in my survival world. I really enjoy building it. I want to build something like it, but a little bit smaller and actually a little bit cuter because today is March 19th, which is the spring equinox, which is kind of officially the start of spring according to some smart people. I don't know, I like to prefer the whole month of March as spring, but anyways, we're gonna celebrate regardless. So I want to build a Hobbit hole, and I want to have some cherry motif in there, probably just cherry wood to be honest. A little bit of that baby pastel pink is going to go brilliantly with what I'm imagining, but first we need to build up something for the hole to go into, which is I guess a hill of some sort. So me being in a super flat world isn't ideal for this, but let's go anyways. I have constructed the fake hill. I've definitely seen better hills in Minecraft, but this will have to do for now. It feels uneven. Is it just with the moss texture just throwing me off? I definitely need to get rid of a lot of this inside moss for something a little bit more stony or wooden or something, I don't know, to make this look a little bit more Hobbit hole-y. But we're actually going to get started with our door, I think. And what better block to use for the door than pink, right? That's the whole purpose of this thing. So we have to get the iconic round Hobbit hole door first. Actually, I'm just kidding. I actually gonna go for spruce here, and I used the cherry on the insides instead, and I think that looks nicer than the cherry trim. I find the cherry trim was actually really hard to work with because when you have your trim a lighter color, you have to go even lighter on the inside. I tried pale oak, that looked horrendous. Or you have to go darker, and that just, the darker color on the inside than the outside just didn't feel Hobbit holy at all. So I tried this, and actually I really like the way this color combo works. The cherry still kind of stands out. But it's not too harsh against the granite and this exposed against this exposed copper. And then I built up the Hobbit hole a little bit more. I'm actually going to swap out the inside here, so I created like a fake spruce wall just to see what it looks like, because it's very confusing when you can see the sky through the window there. It's sort of, you don't really know what you're looking at. Yeah, it looks a little bit odd, but I think there was a bit too much spruce going on there, so we're gonna have to actually extend this Hobbit hole out and actually finish it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just now. And we probably don't need to go too big with this. It's going to be quite a small thing. It's just so we have some sort of interiors, even if I'm not going to build them properly. Nice and cozy in here now with a small slash coarse dirt slash rooted dirt roof. Let's take a look on the outside. I think this actually has made a world of difference, and that is adding a lot of this foliage on top. Now it actually looks kind of overgrown and a little bit more natural. Maybe there is a little bit too many tall bits of grass here and it doesn't look that natural, but it looks better than it did before. Where is a short piece of grass? Short piece. We need a couple of short pieces here. Oh, that looks good. And maybe a couple more leaves. Let's get this hill looking like it's actually part of the land, that it's overgrown. And what a difference. What a difference, honestly. Okay, I think we can still do a lot more on the outside here, but I'm going to save that for last. For now, let's put in some sort of basic interior in here, because this is mostly about the actual design of the outside of the house to make it look like a Hobbit hole. I'm not going to go too crazy on the interior, but let's at least put something in here so it's not just dirt we're staring at. Alright, I have got a very basic interior in here. We just kind of covered up the dirt. And we have a couple of walls in here. Here's a little decorative wall with like a hidden room behind it that I didn't bother putting anything in. A little kitchen slash living area here. We have a nice little bedroom in here. I mean, we've just gone really basic in here. But you know, if you would like to build a Hobbit hole, you can make this into anything you would like. It's the perfect amount of space for a starter base. It's time for us to work on the outside though, and the big issue we have here is I wanted to call the video like Cherry Hobbit Hole or something, but the cherry in here is very limited. Very limited, isn't it, guys? So let's grab ourselves some cherry blossom leaves and maybe scatter some of these around. And actually, maybe let's create a little sort of garden area at the front here where we can put all our cherry blossoms. And maybe that means I can get away with calling this a cherry blossom Hobbit hole, because you know, it doesn't feel very springy just now. Oh yeah, that's helping, isn't it? Okay, let's grab these pink fences and create some sort of a garden area over here. Okay, yeah, this could maybe work like this. We're adding more pink in here. Let's swap out this grass for something more garden looking. And this bit where the fence is looks weird, so let's add in coarse dirt over here. grab a bit of wheat planted in here for a nice bit of color. Let's add some pink flowers like peonies and lilacs in here, and maybe some tulips. We can bring the tulips out a little bit as well. Now let's bring this coarse dirt forward as well and create some sort of a path. A bit of pink petals on the ground here to really bring in the cherry theme a little bit more. And let's add some lanterns over here. We have some saplings in plant pots just so they don't grow, but I think I want to actually maybe grow this one out. Please grow this out. No, you've grown the wrong way. Okay, now I have to break this whole thing. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna try again a little bit further away. Please grow it sideways, please. Please, 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 please. Okay, yeah. Okay, this will do the trick. It looks a little bit empty though, so I'm actually gonna add a little section to it over here. Let's just give it a second branch so it looks a little bit more natural. I don't love the way that one has generated a little clump of petals. This is the world's worst custom tree, but I just want something in this area. Oof, that looks a bit weird. Okay, yeah. We have a nice little cherry blossom covering now. Honestly, I think this looks cute already, but there might be a couple more things I can add here. And by a couple things, I obviously meant more cherry trees around the Hobbit Hole. Now I can successfully call this a Cherry Blossom Hobbit Hole without feeling like I'm baiting the viewers. Hello, viewers. Please let me know what you think of the build. I think it's really cute, and I think, oh my god, the falling leaf particles just add so much to the build. That's all we needed, honestly. Maybe we could have probably had a dirt hut here, and as long as we had these cherry trees around it, it would have been absolutely fine. But I do think this looks kind of adorable, and the colors work really well in a nice cozy way. They don't stand out too much, but it's very soft and warm and inviting, and love to be a little hobbit living in here for sure. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Happy spring. We made it through winter, and I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.